Time is ticking, and only a select few know the hidden code that enabled Solomon, the wisest man of all time, to amass untold riches. What if you miss this opportunity? Now is the time to act, before the secret fades away once more. Solomon, the legendary king of Israel, is a figure wrapped in mystery and reverence, not only for his material wealth, but more importantly for his unmatched wisdom. Rather than asking for riches, power, or the defeat of his enemies, Solomon asked God for wisdom to rule his people justly. This choice marked the beginning of a journey of immense prosperity, not only for himself, but for the entire nation of Israel. He left us a legacy of 3 powerful codes that aren't just inspirational words, but solid principles that, when applied correctly, can radically transform your financial and personal life. Let's start with the first code: wisdom and knowledge. Solomon understood early on that wisdom is the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. Wisdom is not something acquired overnight. It's a continuous process of learning, reflecting, and most importantly, acting. Knowledge, when gathered without a clear purpose, is like a dull sword. It may look impressive, but it is useless in battle. Similarly, accumulating information without knowing how to apply it is like trying to build a house without a solid foundation. Solomon understood this deeply. In his life, Solomon didn't just collect knowledge, he applied it in all his decisions. He wrote thousands of proverbs, each one distilling a piece of practical wisdom. He wasn't content with just being a scholar, he was a practitioner. This is what separates successful people from those who only dream of success. Knowing what to do is important, but doing what you know is crucial. The world is full of people who have a lot of knowledge, but fail to turn that knowledge into action. This is why many remain stuck, while a few prosper. To acquire the wisdom Solomon valued so highly, it's not enough to just read books or attend lectures. You need to observe the world around you, learn from life's experiences, and most importantly, question everything. Curiosity is the engine of wisdom. Ask yourself why things are the way they are. Why do some people accumulate wealth while others struggle to survive? Why do some decisions lead to success while others end in failure? These questions, when explored deeply, can lead to powerful insights that can change your life. Solomon left us proverbs that are true pearls of wisdom. One of the most famous says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding." This proverb encapsulates the essence of the first code. Wisdom is the most precious thing you can possess, more valuable than gold or silver, because it is wisdom that will enable you to multiply any wealth you acquire. But here's the crucial point. Wisdom without action is useless. You may know everything about investing, saving, and growing your money, but if you don't put that knowledge into practice, it will be of no value. It's like having a seed and never planting it. The potential is there, but if you don't take the necessary action, you'll never see the fruits. Solomon understood this, which is why he was a man of action. He applied his wisdom in everything he did, from the simplest decisions to the most complex ones. Solomon's second code is justice and integrity. Justice, simply put, is the ability to give each person what is due to them. It's a principle that transcends morality. It's a fundamental pillar of any prosperous society. Integrity, on the other hand, is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Solomon knew that true wealth cannot be built on a foundation of dishonesty or injustice. Wealth built this way is like a sandcastle, impressive at first glance, but easily destroyed by the slightest touch of adversity. Justice is essential because it builds trust, and trust is the foundation upon which all lasting relationships are built, whether in business or personal life. When you act justly, people trust you, and that trust opens doors to opportunities that would otherwise be inaccessible. Solomon was a just king, and his reputation as such was one of the factors that contributed to Israel's prosperity during his reign. Integrity is what keeps your reputation intact over time. In the business world, your reputation is perhaps the most valuable asset you possess. It can take years to build a solid reputation, but only a moment to destroy it. Solomon teaches us that true wealth is that which can withstand the test of time, adversity, and temptation, and that is only possible when you act with integrity in all situations. Think about it. If you're building a house, what happens if the foundation is weak? No matter how beautiful or impressive the house is, if the foundation is not solid, it will eventually collapse. Likewise, if you build your financial life on dishonest or unjust practices, sooner or later, everything you've built will crumble. Solomon knew this, which is why he always acted with justice and integrity, even when it was difficult, even when he could have personally benefited otherwise. And how can you apply this to your daily life? The answer is simple. Treat others with the same justice you would like to receive. Be honest in all your transactions, pay what you owe, and keep your promises. These actions may seem small, but they have a cumulative impact that can make all the difference in the long run. Justice and integrity are like seeds that, when planted and cared for, grow and bear abundant fruit. But before we move on to Solomon's third code, I'd like to ask you to like this video to help the channel grow and to produce more content, one of which could be the key to changing your destiny. Also, consider subscribing so you don't miss any updates. Finally, we arrive at Solomon's third code: generosity and altruism. This code is perhaps the most counterintuitive for many because we live in a society that often teaches us to accumulate, to hoard, to protect what we have. But Solomon, in all his wisdom, shows us that true wealth is not in accumulation, but in sharing. He knew that generosity does not impoverish, it enriches. When you give, you make space to receive more. Generosity is not just about money, it's about sharing your time, your knowledge, your resources with those who need it. It's about creating an environment of abundance, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. What many don't realize is that by doing this, you're not just helping others, you're creating an atmosphere of prosperity that will inevitably benefit you as well. Solomon knew that when you're generous, you attract good people into your life, you attract opportunities, you create connections. Think of the most successful people you know. How many of them are generous, not just with their financial resources, but with their time, their knowledge, their experience? Generosity creates a cycle of positive return. When you give, you plant seeds of abundance that eventually come back to you in ways you never imagined. Gratitude, which goes hand in hand with generosity, is another key piece of this puzzle. Being grateful for what you already have is a powerful way to attract more good things into your life. Solomon teaches us that when you live with gratitude and generosity, you not only become wealthier materially, but also spiritually. And that is the kind of wealth that lasts, regardless of external circumstances. You may be wondering how to start applying these codes in your life. The answer is, you don't have to make huge changes overnight. Start small. Take the first step today, right now. Start by investing in your knowledge. Commit to learning something new every day, and most importantly, apply what you learn. Practice justice and integrity in all your interactions, whether with friends, co-workers, customers, or strangers. And practice generosity, even if it's in small acts like sharing helpful advice or assisting someone in need. Remember, the wealth we're talking about here is not just material. It encompasses all aspects of your life. Solomon was not just a rich man in terms of gold and silver, but also in wisdom, justice, integrity, and generosity. And it was this combination that gave him a truly full and abundant life. When you begin to live according to these three codes, you will find that material wealth becomes a natural consequence. You will become someone who attracts prosperity, not because you are chasing after it, but because it becomes a part of who you are. This is the true secret to the wealth that Solomon left us. Wealth is not something you acquire. It's something you become. It all comes down to a choice. You can continue living the way you always have, or you can choose to apply these codes and transform your life forever. The choice is yours. Solomon gave us the map, and now it's up to you to follow the path. You can start unlocking your financial potential by watching the video that's appearing on your screen. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and see you in the next video.